welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. It is bright and early. I am sitting in front of a Trader Joe's, one of the happiest places on earth next to Disneyland, and I decided that I would get up today and show you my top 10 must-have Trader Joe's fall items for the season. Now, I wanted to do an entire haul and show you every single thing and go through every little part of what has come out for the fall season and, just to kind of give you a good rundown, which I think I will do, but there's still some products that aren't out yet, and it's going to take multiple videos to cover it because they have over 100 items for fall. It is no joke here at Trader Joe's. So a lot of people keep asking me, what are the must-have things? What are the things that the minute it turns fall and most of their stock is in, what do you buy? What do you love the most? What is something that you wait for and you must have? So I figured doing a top 10 and showing you the things that I like. Now, this is going to be in absolutely no particular order. I'm going to the store. I can't buy every single thing and then, kind of show you a haul at home because the reality is I can't eat it all, number one. And number two, it is going to just add to my quarantine 75 pounds that I've gained. So I'm going to show you in the store. These are things that, like I said, that I've purchased, things that as if we were shopping together and you had your cart, I'd be like, you might want to put that in your cart because that is my favorite. Again, these are subject to, debate because maybe something I like you don't like. For instance, I'm not a big fan of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I also don't like, mayonnaise on my sandwiches. It's just to show that we all are very different, but these are my favorite things. And, hopefully, it's something that maybe you give a try to. The best part about Trader Joe's, among many other things, but one of the best things I should say, is that if you don't like something, you can go and return it. So maybe if you don't like something, you can always return it. They have a really good return policy. Not that I've ever used it. I've always even if I don't like something, I find a way to use it or finish it or, give it to a family member. Anyway, so let's get inside and start showing you all the goodness of Trader Joe's. Okay, we are back. I am at the Irvine location today. What I'm going to show you though, I'm going to start off with seasonings, spreads, stuff like that because these are just essentials. I don't feel like they should each count for one item. But we're going to start off with the cinnamon bun spread. This came out a couple years ago, I believe. It is very, very sweet, but it is delicious. It's so good on top of pancakes or waffles. I've even had it on ice cream once, but oh my gosh, it is delicious. This is a must-have for the season. And of course, I don't think you could do this list or do anything without mentioning the classic pumpkin butter. Now, this is also very, very sweet, so the best way to have this, I like to do this, if I'm going to have a bagel, I would put it on top of cream cheese. It mentions a couple of other ways to use it. I've seen a lot of people use this to make drinks, all kinds of things. I've even heated it up and put it on ice cream, and it was really, really good. I really liked it. I haven't done it in a long time, but this is definitely delicious. So good on toast, waffles, pancakes, pretty much anything you can think of that you just want to add a little pumpkin to. It's not very heavy on the pumpkin taste. A lot of people always ask that. It's definitely a little bit more mild and generally more sweet. Now, speaking of sweetness, the maple butter I definitely don't recommend if you don't want a powerful maple sweetness. But this is the apple cider fruit spread. I believe they changed the packaging from last year because I know that I bought this and I had to repurchase it again today just to double check, and it is what I had previously, and it's really, really good. I always recommend getting the apple cider fruit spread, especially because it is seasonal. All of these things I'm going to show you are seasonal, so you want to try to grab them when you can. But this is really good. It's the perfect blend of sweetness and tartness. Really good on toast, bagels, pretty much anything, even on ice cream. And the next item I'm going to show you is the pumpkin pie spice. again, like I said, this is a seasonal item. You think this would be something that would be around all the time, being, you know, because it's useful. But it is not, sadly. This is something I always use if I'm like making something that I, you know, put a sauce and then a whipped cream, and then, you know, you top it. Say you're making like a pumpkin spice latte at home or anything like that. You definitely want to sprinkle some of this pumpkin pie spice on top. And of course, the obvious is to use it in baking. Speaking of baking, one of the best things you can get at Trader Joe's, because it's really about quality here, is the organic pumpkin. Now, this is not sweetened, it's literally just canned pumpkin. Of course, you can always make this yourself. And then if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, you can always get the Libby's brand. That's my second favorite. But for some reason, the Trader Joe's has always just, I don't know, I feel like it's the best one. I don't know, maybe it's the organic thing. I don't know if you buy that or not, but this is the best. I stock up, and I always get really sad because sometimes I need it and it's gone because, again, it is seasonal, which is honestly a travesty. I feel like this should be around all the time. The pumpkin pie spice and the canned pumpkins. So those will definitely count for all one because they, you know. But now, if I could go in some sort of order, I would definitely say pumpkin O's are like, this would be number 2 on my list if I was putting it in an order. These almost taste like a Captain Crunch, I guess you can best relate them to. The O's are slightly bigger than your average, like Cheerios or anything, but these are one of my, oh my gosh, these are like my favorite. I think I've already purchased like 4 to 5 boxes. I eat them every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pumpkin O's, if you haven't had them yet, do yourself a favor, give them a try, especially if you like that Captain Crunch flavor. Next up is the best sauce ever. This would be probably number 3 on my list if I had to order them, but this is, this almost tastes, and I'm saying almost, maybe if you add a little tomato paste, I would say it's almost like a SpaghettiOs sauce, I guess you could say, but it's made with pumpkin and butternut squash. It is so incredibly good. It's actually ridiculous how good it is. I love this stuff, especially with Parmesan cheese, and I did a recipe with it last year so you can see exactly how I used it. I love the clean ingredients. It is so good, and plus that color is like, come on. I already bought like 5 jars, and I'm not even sorry about it. And these are just some of the pastas that I use with this sauce. I really like this vegetable one with the multicolored pasta. So good. And then the seasonal one, the one I just showed you is not seasonal, but the seasonal one is this fall zucchetti. I probably butchered that, but it's a really good pasta. Now this is much hyped, and it's very worth the hype, but it is the pumpkin ice cream. You'll see next to it right there in the freezer is the hold the cone. Now those did not make my list only because I like the chocolate hold the cones better. Again, like I said, subjective. But the pumpkin ice cream, on the other hand, this stuff is so creamy and delicious. It's not overpoweringly with the pumpkin, but it's just enough that it just gives you all those fall vibes. Now, I like this with chocolate on top because, you know, I'm a chocoholic, but it's so delicious, especially if you don't do chocolate, like the warm apple cider, if you melt that, or the cinnamon bun stuff. It's all good toppings together. Now, next, as you've seen in a few other videos, this was one of the first items to come out, but it is the butternut squash mac and cheese. Oh my goodness, this is so good. The best way I can relate this to taste is like, it almost tastes like stuffing in a weird way, like the seasonings are reminiscent of stuffing, but it's really cheesy. I can eat one portion if I'm just eating that. I can eat a whole tray, just barely, and I'm a double cheese fatty. But if you have like a salad with it, it is a great meal to split with somebody. It's just really good. I love it. I wish this was around all year, and sadly it's not. Next up, we got the pumpkin waffles. Oh baby, I wish these were around year-round too. These are really good. They are the perfect little, I don't know, perfect little breakfast. Sometimes I don't put anything on them. I kind of eat them like you would a dry piece of toast because they just have so much flavor. These are the perfect example. Again, like I would put that pumpkin butter on top of these, and then like they show in the picture, you could put a little bit of whipped cream and some of that pumpkin pie spice, and you are set. The cinnamon bun spread is delicious on these, but again, they do it for me just how they are, so I always have these in my freezer until they're gone, and then I just cry forever. And the next item too, this is something that I cry when it's gone also. It's the pumpkin bread. I think this came out a couple years ago, but whatever it is, oh my goodness, it's so good. It has the little bits of cinnamon in there as well as the pumpkin seeds, and it's really good, and I don't feel very guilty when I eat this bread for some reason. I don't know. I don't really look at nutrition facts like crazy. I kind of just look at ingredients now, but this bread is delicious. I always get a few loaves and I freeze it because it's just that good. This is also good with all those spreads that I mentioned in the beginning. Now, if there could be a number one item, it would be this kringle. This is actually my number one item from Trader Joe's during the fall season. This is so good. It's on a different level. I mean, I would eat this. I'll eat the whole thing. So basically, if you're not familiar with what it is, it's basically a big fat pastry. I don't even warm it up. I just eat it, and it's in a circle, just like the picture with the little dude on there. But man, if you have not had this kringle, I can't recommend it enough. Oh, it's so good. Even if you're not a fan of pumpkin, you'll like it. It's got like a very sweet taste. The frosting on top is enough to just, oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. Okay, so we're not gonna count this on the actual countdown as its own item. I kind of think, I'm a little torn with this one. I kind of think it could have counted in the beginning with like the seasonings and spreads and everything, because it technically is a spread, but it also is a standalone item in the refrigerated section. So let's not get crazy and follow rules or anything. But anyway, this pumpkin cream cheese spread, it's my favorite. I like it better than the Philadelphia one. Personally, I don't know if it's because the ingredients are different. I don't know. But either way, I love this. I put it on toast. I put it everywhere. You'll find a lot of these items I put on toast. But I also have a really good hack for this that I'm going to show you at some point really soon here. Now, these are the pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I have a hack for these to make it so that they're even better, but they're really good. If you haven't had their pumpkin cinnamon rolls, they just don't have enough frosting, but they still make my list, and I would definitely recommend getting them. And of course, pumpkin season, fall season would be nothing without our pumpkin jojos. Now, they also have the Halloween ones. They're basically like the Oreos with the they have a cute little look to them, of course, but they have just the orange, like the regular sugar, same taste in there. Now, these actually taste their own. They have like a regular cookie on the outside, like it kind of explains it here, but the filling inside is the real star here. The filling is so good. Now, the problem is, because these are really like not good for you, when I get these, I have to ration them like crazy. But these are so good crumbled up on ice cream. Let me just tell you, if you haven't had these crumbled on pumpkin ice cream or chocolate ice cream, you don't know what you're missing. Actually, maybe you shouldn't know, because then you'll eat them like crazy. Now, this next item I want to show you, it's not food, so I don't think it's going to count anywhere on this, but this is the Honeycrisp apple, which I put next to the Honeycrisp apple right there. You notice? Best fall candle ever. There's something about this candle I just love. It's not too big, so I buy a few of them and put them in just about every room like a crazy person. The vanilla pumpkin candle is good, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a little too sweet and overpowering. It's just not as good as the apple one. I think I like apple when it comes to the scents. Finish us off, we are going to end with the apple cider soap. This stuff is great. It does have a very powerful scent, so If you're not into the scented soaps, I don't recommend getting this, but I love it. I think it's great, and then especially if you put your little Honeycrisp apple candle next to it, it's just the perfect little thing. It's a great little gift to give to somebody. But yeah, definitely get yourself some apple cider scent soap before they sell out. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this shop with me top 10 Trader Joe's items that I think you must have for fall. Give them a try if it's something that you haven't tried yet, and then let me know, what are your top 10 items that you like have to have for the fall season. Leave a comment below. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. And that's going to do it for today. Bye bye, everybody.